Hello guys, and today I'll be teaching you how to use lists in Python. So now, if you watched my other videos, you probably know that lists are a type of a data type. So there's thousands of data types. Now, I'm not thousands, but there's lots of data types. So we've covered strings, we've covered integers, we've covered float. Now, I'm going to make now list, and today we're just going to focus on list, not tuple. So this is all we're going to cover, and this one is not covered yet. Now you're probably wondering, what is a list? Now x equals to apple, banana, oranges, and lemons. Fruit. Now yeah, so now you probably know. Now this looks a bit too complicated. Now, so first we have a string, str string, which inside is apple. Then we have a string, has a banana inside. And there's a string, oranges, just like that with lemons. And now there's also commas. There are commas between each fruit. If I try to remove these commas, we've got nothing. And why is that? Because we forgot the main step. We didn't print fruit. Now let's run it. There we go. We got every single thing. Now, this is not how you recommendedly do it, because this is not the right way to do it. Because this is the right way to do it. Now, if I print fruit, run this like normal, and there you go. We've got it. We've got this. Now we've got this too. We have, so in the input, we've put quotation marks there, quotation marks here, like that. But then why they're still in the output? And why the bracket still there? Because that's not how we print in Python. But these are lists. They're meant to be like this. Here we have oranges, we have lemons, we have bananas, and we have apples. Now, we printed fruit. Now you probably know these are strings. And if you don't know what strings are, then you have to watch the other one, the other video. Now x equals 2. Let's just change the apple. Then I want to print the type of x, and I've explained all of this before, so hopefully you already know. And there we know. So this is class str. Str is a string. Now if list is a part of data type, if I got rid of this and if I did fruit, these are the fruits, then we print it and then we check the type. Class list. Now because the list is part of a data type, it's going to be colored. It's still going to be here. So we know what these are. Now you probably wonder, what? Now we can't only put strings. So if we know these are strings, now lists aren't that boring. They can't just hold strings. Now now a boolean. Now that's a type of a data type, but we're not gonna cover that. Now booleans are basically true and false. Now let me just put everything we can put in here. And integers look like this. Integers look like this. Strings, like we all know, they look like this. And now float, like we all know, there we go. So here we have boolean, integers, strings and floats. Now 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This fits perfectly in. So this is gonna be, let's keep this as a string. Let's put some boolean in there. Now let's put some integers in it. Okay, let's just, and now let's put some 598.5. There we go. We have strings, we have boolean, we have strings, we have booleans, we have integers, and we have float. And then if I run this, now you can see this will still execute, right? Okay, apple, it says boolean 589. Now we have a integer, and we even have a float. What if we change these numbers? What if I change the boolean to false? What if I change this to 496? What if I 894.0? And now to still clarify, So now what if we don't know what if this is still a string, or if this is still is an integer? Now what we're gonna do is that now we're going to print the type of 894.0. Now run this, we can see it still classifies as float. So now that we've checked if this is a float or an integer, we can now just run this, and there we go. Here's a float, here's an integer, here's false, and here's a string. If I change it to some random letters, what if I change false? Now we have two falses. Run this. Now it looks like now the thing with list is that we can know if that what we've printed is. So now if they're in quotation marks, that means it's true. If it's false with no quotation mark, then it's the boolean. And now I'm probably wondering, yes, we can add as much as we want, but then can we add variables? What if we, now you could probably think, what if we try to print this? This is a variable, this is not. What if I just do something like this, and some, what if I did that? Still get an error even though we're using global. So yes, it's not possible to put the same thing because fruits is already in there. Now what if I put fruits 1, and if I change it to 2, I want it to print the second one. Now fruits 1 equals a list. Now if I just copied everything in here, then if I just put fruits 1, this will be very exciting, because then you think it's gonna print this, and then it's gonna print this. Now if you thought that, you are right. So you can see, even though we've joined them together, we can see that this one still starts and ends. And now this, if you wondered, this has 2. It ends here and it starts here. This starts here, this ends here, this starts here, this ends here, because this is basically the list. Okay, Python here, false here, 496 here, 894.0 there, and then we put fruits 1, and fruits 1 Python there, false 496 894.0, and then so now if we can do this, then it can do lots of things. Now if I just take this away, if I run it now, oh, now we have this, the quotation marks are here. What if I did this? Now it looks like it's all joined together, but this is not how. This is just not a nice way, because this boolean has no value, this has no value, this has no value, and the string and this never had value. Now what if we try to do a list without the brackets? What will happen? If we don't do without the brackets, now let me just take this away. Let's just remove this and focus on this one. Done. Now without the brackets, you can see now we've got brackets instead of list. We haven't put the brackets here. Why is it there? Well, that's because this is a tuple. It's a tuple. This is a tuple. And now if we go up here, tuple does not covered yet. And this is one way how to make a tuple. And yes, tuples are for another lesson. So now we know what strings are. Because we now know what strings are, we can do lots with Python. So now in list, I can also print. So this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. If I print 1, what's gonna happen? It's false. 1, this is 0 and this is 1. What if I print 0? We got Python, because this is 0, this is 1, this is 2 and this is 3. What if I did 3? Now 1. Now you think it's gonna print this, right? No. 89.0. 1, 2, 3. Why is it there? Remember, it always starts with 0. 0, 1, 2, and then 3. What if I did 4? There's no 4. 0, 1, 2, and 3. Print it. There we go. Error, list index is out of range. And I think that's the first error to ever make sense. Now let's change it back to, what if I did -1? 0, -1. We're gonna get this error, right? No, we're not, because this is -1, -2, -3, -4. It doesn't start from -0. Print this. There we go. 89.40 -2, 496 -3, false. And finally -4. So now we all know how to use index and hopefully how to clarify. So I think that's enough for today, and I'll see you in the next lesson. See you.